A lot of people are rethinking their travel plans after the second deadly air disaster of the same model plane, the Boeing 737 MAX 8, is it? The MAX 8. Okay. Several countries have grounded them, and some senators want America to follow suit. But shouldn't Boeing keep them on the ground until they investigate what the problem is? Why not err on the side of caution in the United States? Many countries have done that already, including China.
You know, just before we got on air, Mitt Romney, so there were a couple of senators, Dianne Feinstein and Richard Blumenthal, who had already come out saying this, and Mitt Romney tweeted just before we got on air, out of an abundance of caution, just what you're saying, for the flying public, the FAA should ground the 737 MAX 8 until we investigate the causes of recent crashes and ensure the plane's airworthiness. Look, as you guys know, I fly every week. I'm scheduled to fly the MAX 8 back home to Miami on Friday. And so, you know, on behalf of all of us who fly on planes, we need to find out what is going on because the safety of people comes first.
You know what they should do? The airline the flight attendants and the pilots should just say, no, we're not flying. And then they can't fly them.
Because this is a new, recently new system.
It's very unusual for two brand new planes to crash like that.
Well, it says that the MAX tends to pitch its nose. So when it's in manual, meaning the pilots are in control of flying it, the nose is pitched up because the engines are bigger. And so to combat that, the sensor naturally pushes the nose down if it thinks it's too high. This is new, apparently, and I'm not an expert on this, but according to this plane. And so the pilots have to rethink the way that they're flying it. And so, again, I don't know what, and they're not saying what caused this yet, but it seems like a lot more needs to be put into this for everyone to feel safe. I hate flying. I would rather take a train for 3 days than fly to Florida.
Crash,
really, I don't sleep the night before. I know.
The one leaving the house is dangerous.
But you can survive.
And yet more accidents happen in the home than anywhere else.
And in cars.
Maybe we should move.
But that's the thing. More accidents definitely happen in cars, and it's so rare to get an airplane accident, to get in an airplane accident, because I'm such a nervous traveler that I actually have taken courses on airplanes crashing. I know that sounds very crazy. Yeah, but I've actually had to take courses because I had such an extreme fear of flying. But what's interesting about this is most 737 airplanes have an accident rate of fewer than 1 in every 5 million departures.
Amazing.
But the accident rate of a 737 MAX, which has a more efficient engine, is now 6 or 7 times that. So, and there are only 24 of these planes in the U.S. So why not just ground the 24 planes? And the way Anna just described, in the U.S. the planes fly, they all fly to or from Miami. So just ground.
Forget it, Anna. You're not going home. Go ahead. Want to say something?
No, I just agree with why we should ground them if they're this dangerous. I'm not scared of flying at all. My father, and I know everyone's sick of stories about my father, but bear with me because this one's a good one. Whenever we would have a ton of turbulence, he would be like, I'm not dying in a plane, Megan. If I were going to die in a plane, I would have died in a plane already. And journalists tell this story too when he had it on. And so I was recently on a plane that it landed on accident and like had to come back up, and there was all this turbulence, and then I said it, and I was like, my dad said we're not going out this way. And it calmed everybody down. So I don't care. I mean, I'll get on these planes, but I think maybe I've been mind screwed by my late father to think that that's not how I'm going to go out in this world.
My mother believed in predestination, so she used to say, don't be afraid to fly. When it's your time to die, you'll die. And I said to her, well, what if I'm on the plane and it's the pilot's time to die? Joy. Now what? Or somebody else on the plane.
But I don't want
that did not make sense.
I don't want people to misinterpret. It's entirely rational to be fearful of flying on this particular
This is rational.
I
have
the opposite viewpoint as you. When I get on, I look at someone, I'm like, they're not dying today. So, like, I'm going to be good.
Well, I don't know. So do you have a guest room, Joy?
What?
You got a guest bedroom?
She does.
I do. You can come stay at my house. You're not getting on that plane until they ground these planes and get on another plane. JetBlue is flying. Fly with JetBlue to Miami.